plays games with Jay.
Huh? Huh? What's this? What's going on?
Hey, was that? Yeah, it had to be.
Alter ego.
Alter ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid person? They must have planted it when they invaded my network. Damn it all to hell. I don't believe this.
It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What was that?
What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have must have underestimated us.
Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch, an itch. The stupid virus is gone now, got it? And so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again. To waste away in a garbage-strewn pit in a way that's an even better special punishment. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world.
Is he gone?
Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? Just what the hell is going on?
It's okay. We're not the ones being trapped this time. Huh? Now, it's the masterminds, that's ensnared.
What are you talking about?
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. The massive... What? What? What?
Read it, please.
It brings in Host Peak Academy. It brings in top students from every field imaginable, a government-funded school of privilege. They say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. It was built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. There are two things you need to attend this school. 1, you have to already be attending high school. 2, you have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student could enroll here. The only way in is if you're scouted by the school itself. And standing there at the gate of the ultimate school filled with ultimate students was me. What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what were they doing asleep here just now? It wasn't any classroom I've ever been in before. What the heck is going on? Finally, I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again, and then I was awake. Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare? No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. I was in a vast dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. The trash was piled high all across the area. There must be some kind of underground garbage pit. Heck of a situation to find myself in. But that was just the very beginning, or just the beginning of my problems. Was I gonna be stuck in here till I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remembered all too well what had happened. Alter Ego saved me, and they used the last little bit of their strength to do it. So I can't give up now, for myself and for my friend. And with that, my pursuit of survival began. First up was to start looking for a way out of here. A door.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's locked. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon, I decide to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Next, I searched for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink, which ones are all around bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides, but that's still not enough reason to give up because I'm still alive. As long as I'm still alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was die. No, go to. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted.
And eternal.
That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. Dude, I cannot wait to eat after this.
Yeah.
All I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come out, falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly.
A crunch!
What the? That strange sound pierced my silent isolation, drawing me awake. As I watched the pile of garbage jostle and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from above, but what could it have been?
It's Garbodor!
Bow, bow, bow. Oh fuck! Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me. A giant piece of trash? Rude.
Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was. My girlfriend.
This place smells awful.
Kyoko!
You look like you're doing better than I expected.
What are you doing here?
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you.
I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash and faced me again.
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat. We can talk once you're finished.
Thank you! Oh, thank you! I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way toward my stomach. And then out my ass. Well, whew, that really hit the spot.
Oh, a little too well. Oh, God, Kyoko, don't look.
Not a repeat of last time. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going.
So you still haven't given up then?
Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at.
Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. Okay, so we'll talk to Kyoko.
I gotta say, last time, just keeping a straight face through that whole bad end was, so good.
You sick fuck.
But yeah. But Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
To pay a debt. Or, no, to atone.
Atone?
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything.
Well, maybe not the first time. So you knew that I knew.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you.
Don't say that. You didn't abandon me.
No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you. But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason I had to survive, no matter the cost.
Why did you have to survive?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive is so that I can do what I came to the school to do.
What?
I made up my mind to come to Hope Peak Academy for one very important reason.
Just ignore it.
Yeah.
So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak?
That's right. At least I did. Once.
Once?
Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was.
I want to count how many times Makoto just repeats the same thing as a question.
Yeah.
I forgot, but that's...
I had no memory of what my purpose was.
No memory? That's impossible?
Amnesia?
Amnesia? Huh? Then, is it really true? You lost your memory?
Do you remember, Makoto?
The 21st night of September.
Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at the school?
The first thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect. Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was.
But what would make you forget all that?
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient.
Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
I don't think. I'm positive it was a work of the mastermind. They stole my memory.
But why would they want to do that?
There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans.
So the mastermind just stole them from you?
And it could also mean somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind, which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time.
But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
If I did that, we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us.
What?
Well, don't make too big a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right?
The mastermind, one of us. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me.
But why me?
Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but...
You're too dumb. I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind. I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here. Yeah! It's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
Okay. Are you okay?
Yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Even now, I still trust you, you know? It's just, I'm not used to relying on others. I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced.
Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just your personality.
I gotta finish the conversation, I'm guessing.
You said you had a reason for doing all that? How'd that turn out? Were you able to do it? Oh, wait, no, yep.
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability.
You mentioned your ability.
My ability.
Any guesses?
The ultimate... detective? My ability, what everyone should have known me for. Yep!
Well done.
Woo! Alright, I'm the ultimate detective.
The ultimate detective?
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school.
You had to find someone? Who?
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy.
It was the... Oh my god, he seriously does... Why did you want to find the headmaster?
Because he's my father.
What? He's your father?
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak.
Kyoko's dad is Hope's Peak's headmaster? Then that explains when Alter Ego told us how they thought the headmaster was involved.
I'll find a way. Huh? No matter what. No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster. No matter the cost. Kyoko? What's going on? My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when they said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now. Of course, it's my whole purpose for coming here was to find him.
That makes sense.
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room.
Then, what did you see in there?
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there.
You mean the mastermind, right?
That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I found.
But why there?
Because I also found this in the headmaster's room.
This is some kind of map?
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time, and I figured that the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check. And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room.
So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors.
So what was it like? That part of the school, I mean.
It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in the school is more horrific than we ever imagined.
What do you mean?
I can't explain it. You need to see for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough.
It sounds like it must be important and really ominous.
Of course, once I got to the second floors, there were no cameras and no monitors, which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building.
It has to do with Mukuro Ikusaba, doesn't it?
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either.
I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi, so then who did kill her?
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed.
Get you killed?
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me. That was the point of the class trial.
It was?
The mastermind knew that they couldn't interfere directly.
They couldn't? You mean because of the school regulations?
Exactly. Ha 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 ha. The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it.
The mastermind couldn't step... Oh my god. That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations.
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
What's that?
There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto.
I could have become the victim?
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Do you mean... during the night?
I can hear them, you know? The footsteps of the god of death.
What?
I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this. Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell and I saw a white shadow across the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room. I ran to your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course. That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... whoever that masked assailant was, they ended up dead. And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all had to have been the work of the mastermind in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me.
So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right?
I don't have any conclusive evidence, but that's what I think.
Well, that's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
You're right, that is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction.
So what does it all mean?
It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered.
Huh?
Just a little more. A little more and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair.
The other ultimate despair?
There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person.
It's not?
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event.
You're talking about...
what happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
the tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that. They're the ultimate despair?
That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair.
Then they're...
Make no mistake. They're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. Jeez.
Hey, it's nice. It didn't change for once.
Oh my god, my brain. Okay.
Yeah, did you notice? I think the rocket was in the dump from the very beginning.
Oh, I didn't. That's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah. Maybe it'll still be there. The Ultimate Despair. A group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the Mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. See?
Oh, that's funny.
But right
Okay.
now...
Right now, we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after.
Yeah, you're right.
Rocket! That's a rocket and a tank. Better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. Okay, there's something else in the trash. A desk. An airplane. Talk to Kyoko again.
Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room?
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital plan, a part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it.
And it can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
We should be able to use it on that door, right? Hey, Kyoko, we can use that key of yours to open this.
Let's find out.
Kyoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. And then... click! Yes, it opened!
And now we can get out of here. Let's go.
Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit.
Finally. We were finally free, but there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief because the real fight had just begun. Whoa.
Danganronpa.
After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface.
The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. This would be terrifying.
Yeah.
I had no idea we were so far down.
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you.
Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Whoa! Maybe talking will help keep my mind off it. So, Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work?
How long? Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way.
Then, is your family famous?
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us.
Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So...
Because we take pride in it.
Pride?
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of the society, which is why we made a conscious effort to conceal our existence.
A conscious effort?
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational, but it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride.
Pride? So that explains... Before I came here, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
And yet, I gave up some of that pride.
Huh?
In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do.
But the reason you gave up that pride... That'd be a good anime title. Kirigiri Detective. The reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak. It was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father.
Huh? But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about. There's something I want to say to him, though.
What?
No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. Suck it! No.
What is it?
I want to sever all ties with him.
Severed...
The last time I saw him, I was still very young, so I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented and he had a promising future, but he had no interest in the detective work, so he cut himself from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument, and young as I was, he left me behind.
I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If he'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective.
I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional.
I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true. But there's one thing I can never forgive.
Really?
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing. But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow. That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past. In order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago.
But your family. Just cut him out like that.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No. Is blood really enough to call someone family? Yeah. Ask Vin Diesel, Don Toretto, and Fast and Furious.
I love the Fast and the Furious. Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top.
No lie, I think about like scenarios where you have to climb endlessly like that.
Yeah.
And like my biggest fear
Yeah.
is that I'm like, yo, I gotta discreetly pass gas. And the person beneath me is gonna whiff it. I gotta hope to God they don't call me.
Looks like this is it.
On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us.
We're back. A dinosaur's tail.
Remember, I love that movie. Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble.
Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. Oh, Makoto! The hatch opened with ease. And so...
Ah!
Looks like we're back. A
But I-
dinosaur... Sorry.
But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted.
I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you.
No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor.
So now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, and I'm worried about you too. You helped me, so they might...
You're worried?
Yeah, of course.
Then let's just get a concrete answer.
Huh?
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping.
Wait, that's...
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out. And it's not like we can run away.
As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now?
Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't. Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared.
The mastermind is ensnared. You said something like that before. What does it mean?
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mukuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down.
There was?
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us to go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations.
I'm still a little, super uneasy about this. But we don't really have a choice, do we?
Monokuma should be in the gym. Let's get going.
Why don't we... You want to head over there a little bit? Or do that next time?
Yeah. Yeah, I need to digest a lot of stuff.
All right, so we'll meet Monokuma next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.